This is my Disc Destroyer. It's a mean little machine with one job, testing grinding discs. With so many grinding discs and countless reviews, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. This is where the Disc Destroyer comes in. It cuts through the noise, delivering real results. No bias, no sponsorships, just cold hard tests. Grinding discs can face a lot of real-world challenges, like high and low pressures, hot and cold materials, and of course, fast and slow speeds. This machine tests it all, so that we can finally find the truth in the reviews. Today, I'm testing the Warrior Type 29 flap disc coming in at $3.99. This disc garnered a diverse array of reviews across the web. Critics of the disc often highlight its short lifespan, with some claiming it became unusable after just 10 minutes. On the flip side, fans of the disc praise its effectiveness, but acknowledge its shortcomings in durability. So what makes this disc great for some and crap for others? Let's test them to find out. Let me break this down for you. Each disc will be grinding this test bar to see how much it can remove within 20 minutes time. This will chart out its story and tell us exactly how this disc behaves based on how much material it removes at any given point. But if the disc stops effectively grinding the bar or just straight up disintegrates, the test is over. Let's begin. I started the first test by replicating light pressure grinding with a 4-pound weight, roughly equivalent to the weight of a grinder itself. And after just 4 minutes, it was clear the disc was not making any noticeable progress. Taking a closer look at the coupon revealed just over an inch of material had been removed. So far, this sounds closer to the negative reviews, with the disc losing effectiveness even earlier than they experienced. But this positive review says the disc was great for grinding down welds. So to try to get 5-star results, I decided to heat up the first few inches of the test material, simulating grinding on a hot weld. This time, the disc was able to cut about an inch more off the coupon than before, but still lost effectiveness at the 4-minute mark. That is an improvement, but not enough. So what's going on here? Taking a look at the discs after the test, matched with the data, it's clear these discs are glazing. That means they are losing their ability to cut material. Somehow, these reviewers are managing to prolong the glazing until at least 10 minutes. To give this disc a boost in life and efficiency, I decided to increase the weight and pressure. So I swapped out the 4-pound weight for 8 and began my next test. Right away, the disc began showing improved results. Over the course of the test, the disc had removed 8.5 inches of material from the coupon. But at just under 8 minutes, the disc began to smoke, signaling it was time to end the test. Taking a closer look at this photo from after the test, you can see it tore down into the backing. Definitely won't be able to reuse this disc. Next, I reheated the test material to see if I can finally unlock this disc's 5-star potential. And looking at the data, this was the right move. This time the disc hit 10 minutes before glazing, and in that time it was able to remove 10.5 inches of material from the coupon. It seems for this disc, a mix of heavy pressure and heat is the perfect recipe for some real results. So what made this disc great to some and crap for others? Based on the data, I would say it all comes down to heat and pressure. Some negative reviewers may not have been using enough pressure, making the disc glaze very early. Whereas positive reviewers were likely combining heat and enough pressure to get the most out of the disc. However, even with the best performance, the disc still only lasted about 10 minutes. This was something mentioned in multiple positive and negative reviews, meaning this disc just does not have a long lifespan in general. If you'd like to see the data I've collected for this disc, as well as the other discs in these tests, I've posted them at the Fireball Forum, linked in the description. I'm going to keep posting more and more of these test videos, so stay tuned to find the truth in the reviews. And if you're wondering why I built the rig the way I did, how it works, and what it's all about, I have a video that goes into great detail that you should check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.